What's up YouTube, Dow here from FIREWALL Games, and today I'm going to bring you a brand new free card combo because this bad boy Firewall Dragon is back in the game. Now what this combo is going to end up leaving you with is a full Code Talker board with a double bounce Firewall. Now the very basic combo which gives you a single bounce Firewall does require just Lady Debug and Signet Codec. A double bounce Firewall just requires an additional extender. Now if you wanted to change this combo up, you can go with a Corruptor Ibly, and this combo will then basically lead you with a one bounce Firewall but give your opponent a Corruptor Ibly. Or if you open up with another Cyverse in your hand, you'll be able to do the full combo and a double bounce Firewall. I'm going to keep it very simple and we're going to go with the debug plus the extender combo and show you exactly what we've got. There's some very important points you need to remember as you go through this combo, and I'll explain it as we go. So you activate the codec, you normal summon your debug. The debug is going to specifically search you out your code generator. You're then going to use the code generator and your Lady Debug. Now, just for muscle memory, always put the combo to the right hand side. This is where it gets very important, and that does rely on making Firewall a 2 bounce. So, what you do is you're going to link into your Code Talker. That will trigger the effect of codec and trigger the effect of generator. Generator is going to send Dotscaper. Codec is going to add you your microcoder. Now, whichever one you want to protect the most, probably you want to protect the codec first, is the one you want to be chain link 1. Then what you're going to do here is you're going to trigger the Dotscaper to summon itself back, put it far out of the way, you don't need it right now anyway. You're then going to use Microcoder's effect to link with the Code Talker and go into a Transcode Talker. That will then trigger the codec and trigger your microcoder in the graveyard as well. Again, you probably want the codec to resolve, so you want to make your coder as Chainlink 2, in my opinion, because to keep the combo going is better than getting a Signet conflict. So you get the Signet conflict, you can set that now. What you want to do is you want to use Transcode Talker to bring back your Code Talker, and you want to link Dotscaper and Code Talker together to side link into your Code Talker inverted. I also missed that you should have triggered the codec off the earth as well, because then you should have added the Gitachi Agnister. From this point here, what you want to do is you want to trigger the effect of Code Talker inverted as Chainlink 1 and the effect of codec as Chainlink 2. What that means is because you've got a valid target in the hand, you can special summon the card you're going to search, which you're going to search out your Cyverse gadget. So you special summon down the Cyverse gadget to a zone that Code Talker inverted points to, and this is where the extender comes into play. So you're going to special summon down your extender, being your Mathmech edition, and you want to link these two together. Now again, very important, what you want to be going for as well is you want to be going for your Splash Mage. Keep in mind, you want to try and make sure that everything you're doing is going to the right hand side. Your Splash Mage will then go off to bring back any card, but also keep in mind that your Cyverse gadget will trigger to produce you a Cyverse token. So Splash Mage will come back again, put the token far away out of the way as possible, and let's bring back the gadget. Doesn't matter exactly what card you bring back, you're perfectly fine. You're then going to link your gadget and your mage, and you're going to go into your Code Talker. Again, very important that it goes to the right hand side. This is then going to trigger the Code Talker effect to block an opponent's zone and your codec to give you your parallel XZs. This is also the other point where the Gitachi comes into play, because the Itachi, what you make with the Itachi is what's going to be unaffected by card effects. So you're going to special summon down the Gitachi Agnister, negating your inverted because he's done his job. You're then going to link the inverted with your Gitachi Agnister, and this is going to allow you to go into your Tri-Gate Wizard. Now the Tri-Gate Wizard effect doesn't really trigger here or anything like that, but what you can trigger is your Parallel XZs. Now it's important that obviously Parallel XZ goes here because it needs to point to a zone, but the second Parallel does specifically need to go here, and I'll show you why very, very shortly. Depending on what else you've got in the hand will allow you to extend that little bit further. Now what you want to do is you want to use this Parallel and you want to use your Transcode Talker, and you're going to want to go into your Firewall Dragon. Now by doing this, what you're allowed to do is you've already set up one co-link play here. Now naturally what you would be doing here is you'd be triggering, you'd be using Parallel XZs to go into Salamangreat Almirage. You ignore you wouldn't even have this token, and that's how you get the basic board lock. But what we're actually going to do here is, because it is pointing to Parallel XZs, if you have an extender, you can actually special summon a monster down here, but you don't need to worry too much about that right now, because we're going to be doing that a little bit differently anyway. So we're going to use the Parallel XZs. We're going to go into the Almirage. Very straightforward and simple on this one. Not Almirage, sorry. Balinks. Balinks effect is going to trigger. And you do want to search out the Sanctuary because this does come into play if you've got the Ibli on your opponent's board and they try to crash the Ibli. If you don't, it's still worth picking up the Sanctuary just to deck fin that one level. Now, of course, this is the point where Firewall could trigger because a monster it points to has been sent to the graveyard and it could special summon down a card from the hand. But we're not even going to go into that route. What we're basically now going to do here, I just need to confirm the level of the token because this will change. It's a level 2, which is perfect. So what you want to do here is you want to link the token off and you want to go into your Talkback Lancer or any link one. This can, of course, be Link Karibo or another Balinks. But ultimately, you're then going to use your Talkback Lancer and you're going to go into a Secure Gardener. Simple. Now, from that combo, what you've ended up doing is you've got an Omni Negate coming off of your Tri-Gate Wizard. You've got an Omni Negate coming off of the Counter Trap. You've then got a double bounce off the Firewall because it points to 2 co-link monsters, so you're good to go. And you've got Exco Talker boosting up your Tri-Gate, and you've locked out a zone with your Exco Talker monster as well. So your opponent's going to have 4 zones to play with. They've got double bounce coming off of Firewall. They've got an Omni Negate off of Tri-Gate. They've got an Omni Negate of Conflict. And you still have 2 more cards in hand. Whether they be additional extenders, whether they be anything else. This is the example that if you did open up with a Corruptor Ibli, or you saved your Ibli to the end, when you made the, let's say this was a token, when you made the Parallel XZs go into Balinks, trigger Firewall, summon down Corruptor Ibli, link Ibli off, and then you don't even need to worry about the token. So Ibli then becomes the Talkback Lancer, and then the Talkback Lancer then becomes the Secure Gardener. So that's where the token becomes inconsequential depending on what you have in your hand. But ultimately from that combo, you've then just given your opponent an Ibli, and there's pretty much no way they're breaking this board. Like, you've got a double bounce, you've got protection from the from Ibli trying to kill you. You've also then, if you take damage the first time, a Secure Garden negates it, and then of course your Conflict is there. So you've got a very, very nice kind of soft lock there, and going into your next turn, you should pretty much be winning the game from here because you've got a bounce, both of these are boosted. Firewall won't be able to trigger its effects, it's only once while it's on the field, so you need to leave the field and then come back. But you still then have the ability to pretty much win the game from this point on, because even if you don't, you can use Balinks plus your X-Code Talker or your Tri-Gate Wizard and go into an Axis Code Talker and start banishing and popping things. But I hope this combo has been something a little bit different that you haven't seen before. Like I said, there are very basic combos of just Codec plus your debug. There's 3 card combos of Codec plus an extender plus your Corruptor Ibli. This deck's got a lot of versatility. Like, the end board is 9 times out of 10 the same, but it does give you a bit of versatility and can really, really combat some of the big games coming up. But for now, as absolutely always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, stay safe and happy dueling.